This is Jared Lee.
Here we go. Jared Lee. Muay Thai fighter, now also MMA fighter. Man, is this guy exciting. One of my favorite competitors here in the NFC is one Jared Lee out of Gwinnett Training Academy over under Osi Abenois and Amir Dodovic. Jared Lee, only 19 years old. He's 5'9", 1-0 record in mixed martial arts with countless wins and Muay Thai. Jared was a high school wrestler, a Taekwondo black belt, and as mentioned, a fairly extensive Muay Thai and kickboxing competitor. Kid has got a bright, bright future.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent making his way out of the red corner. This is Geno Walden.
Geno Walden making his MMA debut. 20 years old, also 5'9", and good God, does it make me feel old that these two fighters combined are still younger than me. Ugh. Geno out of Rush MMA, they are just a contingency tonight, so much so that they have their own locker room. Rush coming in strong, and they've had a good start to the night. Geno here will have a tough task here in Jared Lee.
I'll tell you, for those in the lobby, I was in line to get a taco. However, a fight was starting, so I got to get back to the office.
Yeah, I saw that taco stand as well. We will get in there.
Yeah.
Might have to send someone on our behalf.
Yeah, Austin Freeland, if you hear that, I see you out there.
We are hungry. The Sounded Pound needs nourishment too.
Be a lot less pounding without food.
NFC Bantamweight division. Introducing first, he's fighting out of the blue corner. He steps into the cage tonight at a height of 5 feet 9 inches tall, having weighed in at 137 pounds. He trains with Gwinnett Training Academy, and he fights out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. And tonight in the NFC cage, he presents to you an undefeated record of 1 win and 0 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Jared Lee! And now his opponent, across the cage and fighting out of the red corner. He steps into the cage tonight at a height of 5 feet 9 inches tall, having weighed in at 134.1 pounds. He trains with Rush MMA, and he fights out of Macon, Georgia. Tonight in the NFC cage, he makes his amateur debut. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Geno.
Here we go, three minute rounds scheduled. Jared Lee, Geno Walden.
Yeah, we saw Jared Lee a month and a half ago get a ninja choke very quickly. Very long fighter, rangy.
While you were on the search for tacos, I was going over his rather impressive resume, first in Muay Thai, and made a hell of a debut at MMA.
Find himself against the cage, trying to fight out here. Geno's got some good pressure going. There he goes, circles out, immediately to the striking. Very solid striker. Big kick there by Geno.
Jared Lee just so fast, and you can see the instincts of a guy like that.
Yeah, the guy who's competing in Muay Thai, knows how to sweep.
The Muay Thai kicked in there. He was going to let him back up. Oh, wow.
Wow. What happened? Oh, I thought he was calling the fight.
Caught one low. You saw the Muay Thai instincts. He swept him and was going to let him back up, and then he was like, oh, I can keep hitting you.
This is MMA, but he wants it on the feet. That's for sure.
We'll see here on the replay, see if we can catch the low blow. Yeah, with Geno being a first-timer, we really don't know a lot about him.
Comes out of a good gym, so we know that for sure. You know that Bubby's not going to let their guys hop in there without any skills.
With the Taekwondo background, Jared, there you go. He can throw kicks from every angle, and they're very hard to read.
Yeah. Find a guy that's throwing a variety of attacks that are out of nowhere. It's got to be hard. You got to be fundamentally sound, but then your offense is lagging if you're always on the defensive. So there he goes, trying to slow the pace down, grappling. Big attempt there.
Taekwondo, it gets clowned a little bit, and by no means should that be your base. You don't get a black belt in Taekwondo and just say, I'm good to go. But if you know how to box and you can grapple, being able to, I'm sure you've encountered this too, Zach, sparring and training with guys that have Taekwondo backgrounds can be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, those kicks flick up real fast. However, Taekwondo, predominantly they hit with the foot when they are hitting, so it can still knock you out, but it's not as damaging as a shin.
Definitely doesn't have the power, but it's really deceptive, and those kicks come up quick and from all kinds of angles. Good play here with Geno, taking away that range. I think if he went hip to hip, he could take Jared off his feet if he was so inclined.
Ten-second bell. Very good first round here.
Whew. What a first round. Geno Walden said, I'm game. He's not afraid to go toe-to-toe. Packed house here at FaZe. Highly recommend when we make our return that you attend. With this being our first visit, no return date set yet, but I got to imagine with the way this place is playing out and the visual that we will absolutely be back here again in 2025. I know Zach wants to be here. You still want to fight here, I would presume.
Yeah, I just want to fight, so tired of beating up these 13-year-olds in the parking lot.
There's only so many middle schoolers in Alpharetta.
There's a lot. My hands hurt.
Round number 2. Both fighters obviously in great shape here. No deep breaths in this bout.
Jared Lee immediately to the kicks. Again, pushes Geno off his feet. Good combos against the cage. He's doing a really good job recognizing the distance. Minus the 1 or 2 times Geno got in right there as a third, but hard to do that in the small cage. He's been doing a pretty solid job so far.
Whereas typically you're using the punches to set up the kicks, Jared Lee does such a great job. He comes off kicks with punches and bunches. That's twice now. He's caught the kick, gone for the sweep, and then he just pop, 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 pop. 4 or 5 shots. We talk about it a lot, Zach. Typically on a break, whether it's a clinch or coming off a kick, there's a momentary pause, and if you can get used to just firing punches, you'll have a lot of success.
Yeah, the in-between is where the highest level guys exceed the others. Off the breaks, mixing it up. Jared Lee now is finding himself pressing Geno against the cage. Geno's going to look to use that body lock, maybe try an outside trip, or he abandons it.
Halfway through the second round and the fight in general.
Double unders for Jared. Look for that outside trip. Got good positioning here. He's got to stay tight, stay glued to him, but he breaks for a second.
Geno's showing here he's got good base and good balance here. It's not easy to take off his feet.
Question mark kick there by Jared.
That's what we're talking about. The kick looked like it was coming straight up and whips it around the side.
Another one. Not necessarily question mark, but he can get that leg up high very quick.
And whereas I kind of poo-pooed the headgear, the shin guards definitely help.
Yeah.
Without them, that Geno might have been hitting the ground.
Man, Jared Lee's striking. Looks great. He's mixing everything up. Kicks, knees, body shots. Wow, drops him. Shakes his finger. Come on, give him a style bender, man. This guy's a showman. Oh, he's out. Beautiful shot. Jared Lee has arrived once again to the MMA scene.
Clean on the button.
This kid has a bright future. What a spectacular performance. Geno looking good to himself, but Jared Lee caps it off with that fantastic strike.
Jared Lee may not be able to buy a beer, but he can kick your ass and take the beer from you. That's as clean as a right hand as you're going to see. Well, I take that back. The one you're going to see in 5 seconds is even cleaner. Geno here, clearly still dazed. Boom. In the stoic pose. And good to see Geno up on his feet, smiling. Top priority, especially for these amateurs, is that they walk away in one piece. Someone get that man a milk, I don't know, chocolate milk. Now get me a taco. Who's over there? What a showing.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes and 44 seconds into round number 2. Your referee has brought this fight to a halt. Your winner, by way of knockout,
Jared gets the win. He gets the highlight. I think it's important that we give props to Geno for accepting this fight. Jared Lee is not a 1-0 fighter. He came in 1-0 in mixed martial arts, but this kid has been fighting in Muay Thai for years. And for Geno and his team to accept that fight says a lot about them. They knew that was going to be an uphill battle and that he'd be the underdog. And he came in here, he went toe-to-toe, and he didn't back down at all. Props to you. Not a lot of guys want to fight Jared Lee, so thank you, Geno.
Another NFC representative. Just want to add that in. This is NFC's very own Jared Lee. Did you like what you saw tonight, NFC? So you can go on NFC under this picture. I want you guys to give him a nickname. We have Silent Assassin, Silent Assailant, Anime, all these names. So we need to get you a nickname. We're going to work on that, and that'll be your name. But how good does it feel? You're undefeated. This is the third time in here, different time, every single time, same outcome.
It feels amazing. I knew this was going to happen, but I just needed it to happen. This sport is pretty terrifying, but yeah, it was a way easier fight than I thought. I knew he was going to shoot. I thought he was going to shoot. No, I didn't say that in that way, but yeah, it was a good fight.
It was way easier than you thought. That's what he said. If you guys have seen Jared since the beginning, your confidence has shot through the roof. What has this sport done for you?
This sport is everything. This is really all I think about when I wake up and when I sleep. I need this life.
We're different. I think about cinnamon rolls, but I love that you're thinking about this. You love food too. Walk me through, I've got the replay over here of just some of the excitement we saw tonight.
The first punch I hit him with in the first 5 seconds, I knew it was over. I knew the fight was over. It was a matter of time. It just depends how strong his chin is.
The first 5 seconds, you knew the fight was over. I can't. Okay, Jared, well, again, you said in your pre-interview, you see that? You see that?
That was beautiful. It's more beautiful seeing myself fighting than actually being in there. That was really nice.
It was beautiful watching you fight as well. Well, you said in the pre-interview, if you got another one, you wanted one more under your belt before. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I just want enough experience. I just want to keep fighting. I want to be active. And yeah.
Well, we definitely like you active. Anything you want to say to your training partners? You've got GTA here. Everyone over here was going crazy for all of the moves. Everybody was going crazy for you. What do you want to say to your friends?
Well, thank you to my friends. My brother came out, my brother's friend Junior, wherever they are. Hope they enjoyed that. My friends, Vaughn, my training partner, Tyler, one of my best friends. They all got me super ready for this, and I'm super excited. I'm happy you guys watched me fight, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Stay entertained, you guys. NFC, give it up for the Silent